Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Power or Might. I am Jonathan Coachman, and I'm Jonathan Coachman here at Trini Kwan and with Corey Graves. Here today on Power or Might, we're going to see Brodie Lee or Luke Harper, and he's got something to say. Well, they're already starting to put things in the ring already. Things that came with him, Trini Kwan says. Oh, I heard he wants to be called Brodie Lee. Now, Trini Kwan said. Well, what's the big unlikeness between Luke Harper and Brodie Lee? Corey Graves said. Same wrestler, same man. I think the unlikeness is, Jonathan Coachman says that Brodie Lee was the leader of the dark oversight, or the dark team, or the dark gathering before he died. Yeah, that may have been true, Corey Graves said. But he don't got none of his followers with him, because they were worth as much to get him. My name is Luke Harper, but I also go as Brodie Lee. Now, you folks out there might recall that one time, a long time ago, I was known as Luke Harper during my time in WWE, which probably went from 2012 YL up to about 29 between YL or something like that, or 2020 YL. When I went to AEW and I became Lord Brodie Lee, head of the Dark Gathering. And during that time when I was there, I became a two-time TNT heavyweight. I became a two-time AEW TNT fighter, whatever that meant. I was a former WWE Interlando fighter. I was a former WWE two-time WWE SmackDown team fighter, one-time WWE NXT heavyweight tag fighter. Now we got like what? Trading? I give you trading sheets. Oh, she was at Walmart. Sorry. John Moxley or Dean Ambrose was not there. And whoever he is, Frank Kazarian, he wasn't there. Anybody want these trading sheets? That's not the true grounds of why I'm here. The true grounds is that I got this bunch of sheets. I got this, whatever this is. But you're also wondering what I got around here. Oh, we can't call this, we're going to call this the TNT winnings. Oh yeah, we're not calling it that. What I'm calling it, this is now the TWF YouTube winnings. Take that, AEW. You think you're so cool by making up winnings for TBS and TNT? That would be like WWE having the USA winnings for the USA folk work and the Fox winnings for the Fox folk work. Well, we got the YouTube winnings. And I dare anyone who thinks they're man enough to take it away from me. Like, who thinks they're going to beat me? Truly. Who? I'm not, and I don't want the New Day to make fun of me and say, well, we don't know who. So, who wants to come out here and fight me? Well, SpongeBob SquarePants is out. Lord Bill's out. I'll fight you. I am Mr. Incredible, or Lord Wonderful, or Lord Flawless. Yeah, you're not flawless. You're not outstanding. You're not wonderful. You're just some creep. You're just some man who hides behind a hide and behaves like a over good doer, which I hate over good doers. You want these sheets? Bam! Well, now you ain't getting these sheets because they're too good for you. You're not getting those sheets. You want this book? Yeah. I don't know what I'm writing down though. I don't know what this is all about. Don't ask me. But anyway, you want to fight for the YouTube winnings? Is that what you want? Well, forget about that because I don't think you're worth my time fighting someone from Disney Pixar. Why the fuck do we owe? I'm not gonna fight someone from Disney Pixar. Give me a break. I'm not doing that. Luke Harper or Brodie Lee, whatever you call yourself, you don't get to pick and choose who you wrestle, who you fight in the TWF. I do. And since you have so kindly told everyone that is now the TWF YouTube winnings, you're now going to put your new winnings on the line against Mr. Incredible or Lord Flawless or Lord Outstanding or Lord whatever you want to call him. And that's that. Oh, you think I'm going to put my winnings on the line against him? What did he ever do? I ain't fighting him. I would think Ecliptor says that you will be fighting him, since Astronomus said you are going to be fighting him. And I don't care about the standard that you may have had when you were in AEW, or the standard you had when you were in WWE or IW, because this isn't WWE, this isn't IW, not AEW. Yeah, that's right, Astronomus, Ecliptor says, and you will fight him, Lord Incredible, Lord Outstanding, whatever you want to call him. So, Astronomus says, if you don't like it or not, you're going to be fighting him for your TWF YouTube winnings. Now let's go. Yeah, well, Luke Harper goes, you're nothing more. You're not fighting him. I'm not fighting him. Well, it seems Jonathan Coachman says that Brodie Lee or Luke Harper or whoever you want to call him doesn't want to fight. Doesn't want to fight Mr. Incredible or Lord Flawless or whatever you want to call him. Doesn't want to get his hands dirty. Well, sadly, this is an AEW where he has a bunch of followers willing to followers out there, you know, that he can take the fall for him. He didn't got no heavies, as they call them. Jonathan Coachman says, well, he just knocked down Mr. Incredible, Trini Kwan said. Well, it seems to me, Corey Graves says he doesn't have any hang up with beating up someone. He doesn't want to. And he is the first TWF YouTube fighter. And you see, he's got the dark gathering on the back of his shirt. But he don't got no followers. Oh! Did you just see that? Well, Corey Graves says, I tell you, call him Luke Harper, call him Brodie Lee, I don't care what you call him. He's still a very harmful wrestler. Or harmful fighter. Is that even lawful what he's doing, Trini Kwan says? Lord Flawless or Lord Wonderful hasn't gotten in and blowing his mat, Trini Kwan said. Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Brodie Lee, whatever you like to call him, he nothing more than a creep, Trini Kwan says. Well, you call him what you want to call him, but you're going to call him the TWF YouTube fighter because that's what he is. Corey Graves says, well, Jonathan Coachman said Brodie Lee right now, or Luke Harper, just beat up Lord Incredible one more again. He seems to have a high standard of himself. I mean, when you stop to think of it, he was a former WWE Interlandal fighter, a former WWE NXT team fighter, a two-time WWE SmackDown, a one-time WWE SmackDown team fighter, and a one-time AEW TNT fighter. He may have won it twice. Oh, Lord Incredible just knocked down Brodie Lee or Luke Harper, whatever you want to call him. And now Lord Incredible knocked down Brodie Lee again. Uh-oh. Brodie Lee's had enough of this shit. And he nailed him. Ding, 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 ding. Oh. Fuck you. Well. Now. You just saw what we just saw what Brodie Lee did to Lord Flawless out there. Well, the winner of this match, I throw out Mr. Incredible, or Lord Flawless, or Lord Wonderful, since Mr. and Incredible are French borrowed words. But since it was, but keep in mind, Jonathan Coachman says since the winnings can only shift hand on a yielding or a track out, still the TWF YouTube fighter Brodie Lee, who beat up on Lord Incredible or Lord Flawless or whatever you want to call him. You know, which is kind of sad, and I wonder if we're gonna meet. Oh, it's kind of sad. Jonathan Coachman says that this happened, and this is the standard that Brodie Lee likes to have: beat up on folks. Yeah, it's sad. Somehow, some way, it's sad, and he's going to be the fighter of YouTube. Jonathan Coachman says, and he does stuff like that. Yeah, Trini Kwan says it's kind of sad that he does things like that, and he's the TWF YouTube fighter. Call when you want to call him, Corey Graves says, but I think he's going steads. Joey Styles here. All right, Luke Harper, Brodie Lee, whoever you want to call yourself. You're back in the TWF, and you're the TWF YouTube fighter, but we just saw what you did to Lord Incredible. Yeah, that so-called over-good doer. That so-called Disney Pixar over-good doer. I put him in his stead. I beat the shit out of him. You'll never see him again. And I dare anyone else that comes after the dark oversight. You know, you don't have any followers. You don't have the dark oversight. And this isn't AEW. Well, how I make the mistake of not thinking it was AEW. First off, I know it's a TWF. I've been here before. I was Luke Harper. I'm Brodie Lee now. And I'm the TWF YouTube fighter. And I just beat the shit out of Mr. Incredible, or Lord Flawless, or Lord Outstanding. That slight as shit Disney Pixar selfhood. Live drawing, over good doer. Well, he's not going to be dealing with me anymore. Anyone else want to come after me, I'll do the same thing to them. Well, Luke Harper, or Brodie Lee, being a creep, a bully in the heel, back to you, Jonathan Coachman. Well, it looks like it is. Thank you for talking with Luke Harper or Brodie Lee here on Powerrr and Might. And it's all the time we got here for Powerrr and Might. I am Jonathan Coachman for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Powerrr and Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw or Lone Day Night Raw.